What's good, y'all? Master Yoshi here, and this video is going to be geared towards my newer riders. I'm talking about what you should be looking for, how you should be riding defensively, looking out for drivers' blind spots, and basically what you need to pay attention to. Drop the beat. Yes, sir. What's good, y'all? Happy Friday's Eve yet again. We ain't doing a Real Talk Thursday episode this Thursday. But real talk, though, my last episode was trash dookie boo-boo. For my non-YouTubers out here, you get analytics, of course, on your videos. And one of the analytics that comes up is how your video is doing compared to the last 10 that have dropped. Well, my last Real Talk Thursday is sitting at 10 out of 10. So we ain't gonna do Real Talk Thursday every Thursday. So my Thursdays won't be designated only for Real Talk Thursday videos. But anyways, shouts out to my man, Jamarion. He's the one who asked me this via IG. He hit me up on the gram, was saying he's still relatively new to riding, and he wants me to talk about riding cars, blind spots, and basically what we should be doing and how we should be riding when we are here on these streets. One of the most important things I want to touch on is the idea that we are invisible as riders. A lot of people will say you need to ride like you're invisible, which I feel is only partly true. Yes, we are hard to see, and yes, there are times when we actually are invisible. There are times when people are looking through their window and they're, I don't know what the name of it is. The name of it is on the car exactly. But, you know, the pylon that has the window that holds the windshield. Sometimes we're sitting right there and they can't even see us. So there are times when we literally are invisible. But that phrase should not stop there. Yes, you are invisible, but your goal should be to be as visible as you can to the cars out here. Why? Because if you just ride like you're invisible, what are you doing to mitigate the risks of you being invisible? If you just ride like you're invisible, are you just accepting that? Well, you shouldn't. You should be doing things with that thought in mind. I want to be visible. It's hard for them to see me, but I want them to see me. I want to be seen. So that's how you should ride. Now, as far as when it comes to riding in blind spots, of course, that's something you want to avoid. That's part of defensive driving and defensive riding. And one of the biggest things you can do is you can also practice your defensive driving/riding while you're driving a car. You need to be looking at and analyzing these different traffic situations that you're in, so that way when you're on the bike, they come natural. Another important factor is engine braking is big on motorcycles. Damn. Slipped into neutral. Engine braking is big on motorcycles. So don't just downshift and decelerate to stops. You also need to alert drivers that you're slowing down. So, you know, for a long time, I'd never really, took that into consideration. I would just, downshift, coast up to my stops and whatnot. But now I'm realizing, hey, man, I got to be a little better. So when I slow down, I'm going to squeeze my brake slightly. There's enough, if you have enough finesse, you can do this with either your back or your front brake. I like to use my front because I got more control. I just tap the brake so that way it illuminates, alerting people that I'm stopping. Another thing, like I said, you want to be seen. So when you're at a stop, don't just chill in neutral. I mean, you can, but every now and then start flashing your brake. See what I'm doing? Flashing my brake. Always checking your mirrors, making sure that people see you and you see what's going on. Also, when I come to stops, I like to stop off to the side of a car in case the person behind me comes up and rear ends me. There's a gap here to where I'm not getting sandwiched in between the two vehicles. Now, some people say that you should never just sit in neutral at a light because you want to be able to quickly escape a situation if you need to, which makes a lot of sense. Imagine I realized that somebody was coming in hot. If I'm in gear, I could take off and just sit in between those cars and possibly just keep going up to where when they hit the car in front of me, I won't be affected. Now they say practice what you preach, and sometimes I will just go ahead and chill in neutral if I feel like I'm in a safe situation. I ain't even gonna hold you. Now let's look at all these beautiful obstacles. So one of the good things about having a powerful motorcycle is how quickly you can accelerate and decelerate, but you gotta work on your deceleration skills. So now when it comes to riding the blind spots, again, that's something you want to avoid. And one of the best ways to do that is just hurry up and get by somebody. Here's another good example. Right here, I'm coming up to an exit. I'm not gonna pull up next to this car because this car might decide, oh, damn, there's my exit, and they'll get over. You always gotta position yourself in traffic to where you have a chance. I try not to ride next to anybody where exits and on-ramps are because they may need to get over. What I also like to do when I'm coming up on a car is I like to kind of pull up by their mirror. Not by their mirror, but I'm pulling up. I'm behind them, but I'm off to the side. I'm not directly behind them because I know they can see me in their rear view mirror if they look, but now they can also see me in their right mirror right here. Just trying to give myself all the opportunity I can so that they know I'm there. Again, you want to be seen, but you understand that it's hard for people to see you. But you ain't stopping there. You want to be seen. Now, before you start checking over your shoulder like this to see if you can merge on, you want to give yourself some cushion behind the car that's in front of you. Because while you're looking away, they could jam on the brakes. So you don't want to be on that ass checking your blind spot. You need to give yourself some room. Your blind spot is important too. A lot of the times bikers, they feel like they're the fastest on the road. And so they feel like, hey, nothing's behind me. So I've seen many people just go ahead and make lane changes without checking their blind spot, not realizing that, hey, somebody else can be rolling too. Another reason I like to stop off to the side of the cars like this is look at this here. Look at all that oil and junk right there in the center lane. Why? Because that's where the car's engines are and their major components, leaking fluids, water from their air conditioning compressor, oil from the oil pan that they got a leak, or from the head gasket or wherever. So you don't want your tires soaking that up. You want to keep your tires as clean as you can, of course, because that's your lifeline. Why we sitting here at this like, hey man, yes, I'm talking to you. I know you've been to my channel before. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, damn it. We almost at 1,000. I need you. The Yoshi clan needs you. I've been contemplating whether or not to name my people out here, my supporters. Should I even refer to y'all as the Yoshi clan, or is that kind of corny to name y'all like that? I ain't doing that big time, I don't think of myself too highly. But the Yoshi clan sound good, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, yes, what you want to do is make yourself as visible as you can. And when you are riding next to a car like such, don't just stand a blind spot. Just get on by them. Get by them. Get by them and get out the way. That's all you got to do. Get by and get out the way. Technically, I ran that stop sign right there, but I always like to go with the person. If you saw that there, the person to the left of me were already moving, so I wanted to move with them. They'll be my shield from other stuff coming, and plus, it kind of helps intersections like that flow better. Why? Because it's like if one side of that intersection is going and they just move together, then that reduces some of the weight. So the biggest advice I can give today on a Thursday, that is some real talk that comes with not only riding and driving, but it also comes with just life in general. The way to be a good defensive driver or defensive rider and a good person is to be considerate. You are not the only person on this here road. You are not the only person on this here earth. Get out of yourself and consider what other people are seeing, experiencing. All of that. and you'll be a better driver, rider, in person. Why? Because if I can get outside of myself and think, oh, this person right here probably can't see me. Let me do this instead of thinking the world revolves around me and everybody can see me and only what I'm doing is important. If I can get outside of that, I can realize the situations I'm in. I can realize other people's deficits that will make me safer. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Thank you, my man Jamarian. Thank you for the requests. Everybody else who always sends requests, I appreciate you. Y'all stay blessed. Fall is coming. Hopefully y'all's riding seasons can last a little longer. But other than that, man, y'all stay blessed. Don't be too stressed. Master Yoshi out. Peace.